he was born 100 years ago. And if he was alive and had he been in good health, he would be sitting here and talking about it. In Solna, in Margao, in Panjim, in Vasco, setting up beginning the process even in Bombay, and that was before the mineral era came to Goa. So I would say, turning the clock back, Fomento's beginning would even be right from 1915, 1920. I think it was his style that if I can get good people outside my family, I should bring them and make them into a Fomento family. And in fact, he insisted no name of the family should be used, because then it gets parochial in many ways and it gets family centric, and then that cannot continue too far unless you get outsiders, other talent into this new family called Fomento. Yes, there would be one or two people within a family or a larger family talented enough to be part of Fomento. But I remember when I finished my engineering education and came back to India and Goa, 2 or 3 competent people were put in the Fomento's board of directors. I didn't find my role there until much later. So to give even directorships to non-family members took root way back in the 60s and 70s. So I don't want to call it a family enterprise. In fact, there have been and there are many members of the Fomento higher management who do not bear the family name, and there may be just 1 or 2 bearing the family name. I would say the single most important lesson is people. learn to work with people, make people your environment, and build teams. Again, people. Three most important things: people, people, people. The harder you work, luckier you can get. And again, luck favors the mind prepared. We'll have to balance out how to use the financial equilibrium, including profit, to make a universal momentum. And that, in a way, I feel is happening. That could be my adding my value to what my predecessors, including our company people, including the founding father, laid a foundation for. He did not want to contest elections. You see, way before liberation, he tried to persuade the then Prime Minister Nehru not to consider Goa as a thorn in his flesh, as a thorn in his foot, to say Goa should be instantly part of India. And on the other hand, he did take the long flights to visit Prime Minister of Portugal. That look, let the business in Goa be protected and let Goa be handed over instead of any other modality or army action or violent action to be taken. So thereafter, he maintained his relationships with Pandit Nehru and his successor or daughter Indira Gandhi. She told him, "Why don't you stand for election?" And this was just after she won the Bangladesh, and she was considered a top leader in the world. She was the queen of Bangladesh itself, and she was riding the wave of Indira is India. And when he went to meet her, she said, "Madhuji, you please stand for election." So he wanted to get out of it by saying, "Madam, if you say so, yes, but you will have to come to campaign." He expected an answer to say, "Okay, I will see." She said, "Yes, I'm going to come to campaign for you." And that's when he was caught in a corner and he says, "Okay, I'm filling my form." The end is to create wealth in a legitimate manner, create wealth for the betterment of the society, distribute it well, and create more wealth. But here is something he would have liked if he was sitting here. अरे बरे भुरगे कशें हाडटलो, बऱ्यांक खरे बऱ्यांक जबाबदारी घेवपाचें तसले मनीस कशें कितें करया रे, हे प्रश्न येतलो आशिल्लो. आनीक जालें ना 100 वर्सां पळोवया हांव जर आनी 25 वर्सां उरलो दॅट वील बी माय 100 years लायव्ह आनी तूं तर उरतलोच
अशेंच परत करूया.
अशेंच परत करूया.